welcome to the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's League All-Star Game 2015. We'll be bringing you all the action from this historic game, an exhibition of fantastic wheelchair basketball here at the Wildcats Arena in front of a capacity crowd. Let's meet the teams.
So then, the All-Star Game sees the West take on the East, and here are the lineups, starting with Team East, who are coached by GB assistant coach Matt Foden, and the London Titans and Leeds Spiders coaches Anne Wild and Josh Gardner. Number 4 is the London Titans' Tony Cave. At 5 is Sheffield Steelers' Sophie Carrigill. 6 is the second Titan, Pauline McDonald. 7 is another Steeler, Leah Evans. At 8 is the Leeds Spiders' Amber Lachlan, while at number 9 is Jordana Bartlett, another Steeler. 10 is the Titans' Megan Wood, whilst at 11 and 13 is Chrissy Rapsey and Gina Smallwood, who are both from the Spiders. Number 14 is Titans star Jude Hamer, and at 15 it's the final Steeler, Jessica Pilkington. And now for Team West, led by Great Britain coach Miles Thompson, who's assisted by the CWBA's Ali Hope and the Spitfires' Andy Flower. Here's how the West line up. At numbers 4 and 5, it's the 2 CWBA starlets Charlotte Moore and Joy Hazelden, and at 6, it's the Vixens' Claire Griffiths. Wearing number 7 is the Blackhawks' Victoria Kingston, while at 8 it's another Coventry player in Fran Ray. She's joined by teammate Siobhan Fitzpatrick at number 10, while wearing 11 is the Blackhawks' captain Helen McGiven. At 12 and 13 it's the Vixens stars Robin Love and Amy Conroy, while the CWBA's Sarah Hope wears 14. And finally at 15 it's the Bells Angels captain Anna Jackson who completes the lineup. So that's how the two teams shape up, but what are the coaches predicting? I spoke to both of them before the game.
Okay, so I'm joined by the two coaches of both sides now for the All-Star Game. I'm joined by Matt Foden, who's coaching Team East, and Miles Thompson, who's coaching Team West. Now, these two usually work together for the Great Britain squad, so it's going to be interesting to see how they face up against each other in this one. And Matt, you must be really looking forward to take one down on Miles' team.
There's been a few jokes over the last few weeks, so yeah, I look forward to it at the end of the game. I can shake his hand with a big smile on my face.
Miles, how are you feeling this one's going to go? Are you confident?
Well, I know Matt's a really good coach, and I know they have a really strong team, but I feel quite confident in our team and the ability of the West.
So you reckon the West's going to take it? Matt, what do you think about your Eastern squad? You've got a lot of talent in there, a lot of young talent as well. How do you feel your team's going to play?
I think both teams have got a good batch of talent in there. Some of the older players, some of the young players. We've got a real GB squad is quite depth. The youngsters' depth coming through is really good at the moment. So, and then we've got some players in there that aren't playing for GB so it's just going to be a really good experience for everyone, I think. So we're missing Maddie Thompson. I know Miles is missing Miriam Hazelden from the lineup. So Maddie will be a big loss for us, but both squads are pretty even, so it'll be a good game.
We are very much looking forward to this one. Both the coaches are calling it pretty even. We're expecting the same thing. So the crowd's ready, the players are ready, everyone is ready for the All-Star Game. Let's find out what happens.
So we head straight into the action here, and it was Team East who made the quicker start. A rapid break down the right from Jordana Bartlett saw her pick out her fellow Steeler Sophie Carrigill in the middle to lay up the 2. Amy Conroy was next up on the score sheet, picking up a point with this free throw, complete with sound effect. The West were starting to play some nice stuff, and check out this for a move. CWBA's Fran Ray did well to hold on to the ball and pick out the Vixens' Robin Love, who then popped this one over the head of Jordana Bartlett, allowing the CWBA's Joy Hazelden to go through for 2 more. Not to be outdone, Bartlett then made her way up to the other end and sank this beauty to put the East back in early ascendancy. It was a really close opening quarter, and both sides' offensive quality was really on show. First for the East, the Titans' Jude Hamer stormed up the court to put them on the front foot. And it was fellow Titan Pauline McDonald who shot this from range. Hamer. The West came straight back though, with Joy Hazelden starting the move from the baseline, then receiving it again via the Vixens duo of Conroy and Love to lay up unopposed. The standard was so high in this game and the crowd were absolutely loving it. The two teams took a breather at the end of a thrilling first quarter, but were straight back into it in the second. Team West was straight out of the traps here, with Hazelden again influential, this time assisting her club teammate Sarah Hope for the score. Indeed, Hazelden was really coming into her own, and an example of the youngsters' talent here with this stunning solo effort. Team West were really turning the screw in the second quarter, and again it was CWBA combination of the heart of it. GB youngsters Charlotte Moore and Hazelden combined here to feed teammate Sarah Hope, who once more was deadly accurate. Team East coach Matt Foden called a timeout to address the West's second quarter domination, and it immediately paid dividends as McDonald here played in Jude Hamer to score for the team in blue. Hazelden, though, was not to be denied, and she once more led from the front, scoring this stunning basket to stretch Team West's lead. And no, it isn't an action replay, as Hazelden went and repeated the trick just a minute later. Even the player herself looked like she couldn't quite believe they were all finding the mark. As we headed into half-time then, the score was 25-18 to the West, who had come from behind in this game to take advantage. As the teams took a breather, we caught up with Siobhan Pryor, who usually plays in this arena for the Nottingham Wildcats basketball team, about this occasion.
Okay, so Siobhan, what does an event like this do to the city of Nottingham? Like a huge event, massive crowd here at your arena. What's it like?
I mean, it's amazing. Like, look, the atmosphere, there's so many people here. To have the dancers from Nottingham Trent Uni as well, it's just fabulous, just to raise the profile of basketball.
Yeah, and for your club as well, you're making some great moves in the leagues at the moment. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're doing really, really well. We play in the WBBL. We're second right now. We've lost one game, so we're doing really, really well. And just to have an event like this here, we've got lots of the young girls here watching, and it's just really good for them to see basketball and people here supporting. So the more that we can get high-profile events like this, the better.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Back to the action now though, and the two teams came out for the second half as if they'd never been away. Team West Amy Conroy here perhaps picking up the award for most stylish basket of the match with this amazing reverse layup. The East needed some inspiration to get back into this one, and when you have Jude Hamer amongst your ranks, you'll always keep the scoreboard ticking over, the Titan putting another 2 of her 18 total points on the board. But the West number 5 Hazelden was not to be outdone, as she yet again was allowed to shoot from range, and as we've seen already, she is deadly from that area. The introduction of the Steelers' Jessica Pilkington off the bench certainly made a difference for the East, and the Steelers' attacking presence was felt immediately after her drive ended in a pass to Hamer for this score. Hamer's shooting was impressive throughout, but no one is perfect, and this near miss was the catalyst for a Team West breakaway. Amy Conroy led the charge, and she laid this one on a plate for her Vixen captain Claire Griffiths to get her name on the score sheet. Jessica Pilkington was typically quick to fight back though, and she picked out Jordana Bartlett for the number 9 to grab her team 2 more valuable points with the final score of the third quarter. This meant the teams went into the final period only 5 points apart, as the West was shading it 37-32. Both teams came out for the final 10 minutes knowing that whoever won this quarter would likely take the spoils, and it was Team West who came flying out of the blocks. This move involving Griffiths, Conroy and Hope ended with the CWA star converting for 2 more and maintaining a 100% shot record for this match. It may have been a final quarter, but West's Joy Hazelden showed no sign of tiredness as she burst down the right-hand side to put her team firmly in pole position. Hazelden turned provider moments later, drawing the attention of the East defenders before laying it off to an open Claire Griffiths for a second score. The West were in full flow by this stage, and the East had no answer to the onslaught. Griffiths here making the interception before passing to Hazelden, who found Conroy, and the Vixen just doesn't miss from there. The team in white were pressing high up the court and forcing the errors from the East, as Sophie Carrigal was robbed here by Fran Ray to set up Conroy for another score. The West had certainly saved their best until the last quarter, and while Hazelden and Conroy led the way in terms of points, they were backed up brilliantly by Sarah Hope, shooting here for a 5th time in the match for her 5th basket. The East weren't to be denied some great offensive moments of their own, and straight from the restart, Tony Cave made her way up the court to get her name on the score sheet with this great effort. In the end though, it was Team West who claimed victory over Team East in what was an incredible showcase of wheelchair basketball. Stephen Jameson caught up with the winning coach Miles Thompson after the game to discuss what a magnificent occasion it was.
So Miles, on the winning team for the All-Star game.
It's always nice to win, but you know, All-Star games are more about a celebration of the game and the athletes that play it. The atmosphere created here by the staff of BWB was tremendous, and it really gave us that framework that allowed the athletes to be celebrated and even more than that, celebrate the game.
Was it nice to get one over your other coach on the other team?
Well, yeah, of course we'll be able to, you know, banter back and forth about that, and but you know, deep down, we both knew it was more about the contest and less about the outcome.
I see. Congratulations, Miles.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It was soon time for the presentations as both teams deservedly received the medals and the adulation of the crowd. First up to collect their medals were Team East, who all had a part to play in what was an incredible match, receiving a deserved ovation from the capacity crowd in the process. It was then Team West's turn, who were presented their winners' medals by Chairman of British Wheelchair Basketball, Malcolm Tarkenter. The Bells Angels of the North Star, Anna Jackson, was given the honour of collecting the winner's shield, and after posing for the photographs, she joyously held it aloft in celebration for all to see. There was just one more award to be dished out, and that was for the All-Star Games MVP. The award was dedicated to the memory of legendary wheelchair athlete and incredible champion of women's wheelchair basketball, Josie Tchaikovsky, whose memory was celebrated by a minute's applause. The recipient of the Golden Ball for the MVP was perhaps unsurprisingly Team West's Joy Hazelden, who ended the game with a stunning 14 points and 10 assists. We caught up with her after the presentation.
Okay, so Joy, MVP, how on earth does that feel? What a game that was for you.
It feels really, really good. It's a team performance.
But you got the MVP, you got so many baskets there, there was a couple of three-pointers in there as well, a really special performance for yourself.
I was pretty surprised with some of them, but yeah. I think the crowd really helps a lot. It gets you going and gets your shots going in.
So then, there you have it. Team West victorious in the first ever British Wheelchair Basketball Women's League All-Star Game. A fabulous occasion for absolutely everyone involved. And as everyone packs away and the day comes to a close, it's time just to say one more thing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next year.